Hi, I am Dr.Chatterjee talking about the medicine of Kali Salve and Kali Mure. So first of all, these two medicine are also very much important in case of the homeopathy, and Kali Salve K2SO4 is very important for the purpose of the control of the any type of infection. So this is one of the 12 tissue remedies by Dr. Sushular, and it is to be approved by the homeopathical also. The medicine has some very classical symptom similarity with the pulsatilla. So Kali Salve is a very important medicine for the so and so. And Kali Salve mostly it is used in some certain cases when in the acute cases we can think of the Kali group, Kali Foss, Kali then the second stage Kali Mure, and in the last stage Kali Salve. Whatever may be, the Kali Mure, Kali Salve and pulsatilla have some very important similarity, which you can find it in these cases. The Sushular's remedy is so that it acts specially, this Kali Salve, its chief action is on the epidermis, epithelium, muscles, nerves and blood corpuscles. So this is very important. The oxygen taken up by the iron content in the blood corpuscles is carried to every cell of the organism by Kali Salve. The oxygen capacity is very important, which will help to survive the cells, and the carried to the cell by organism by the Kali Salve show the deficiency of Kali Salve produces the vertigo, the chilliness, palpitation, fear, melancholy, discommotion of epidermis and yellow mucus discharges. So what we find it, the Kali Salve का जो discharges है, to some extent is little bit of like that of the pulsatilla. The symptoms usually produced latter stages when Kali Salve is to be applicable. Before that, Kali Salve has some lots of sphere of action upon the especially the epidermis and epithelium and the muscles, nerves and the blood corpuscles. So if we see the characteristic symptoms of the drugs, they are producing the clinically, they are the asthma, using the asthma, catarrh, dandruff, eczema, epithelioma, itch, polypus, psoriasis, rheumatism, whooping cough and eustachian tube. So if we see these characteristics of the drugs, then we will find it Kali Salve also having the typical symptoms of the asthma and the discharges, the catarrh discharges also Kali Salve. That the dandruff also is there, eczema, it also having some useful and producing the eczema, and the other the epithelioma, either each polypus, even psoriasis, rheumatism, whooping cough and chronic eustachian discharges. So if basically this medicine acts in the third stage of the any disease conditions. The pathogenesis is very important, particularly the head. If we see the head, the rheumatic headache begin in the evening, like that of pulsatilla is very important. So rheumatic headache, this type of unusual words are also available in the mathematical, which the other pathy do not consider. So, if we rheumatic headache begins in the evening and the bald spots and the dandruff and the scald head is also present. Okay, so bald head, discommission, bald spot, weaving, dandruff, and the scald headache is very important. The worse in the warm room, the Kali self complaints usually worse during the warm room and better in the cool and open air. This is also another characteristic symptoms of the Kali self. So aggravation in the warm room, like that of the pulsate is very important, and aggravation in this open air is also very important. And the better by the cool. Next number ear. The ear is eustachian deafness also present in cases of the ears, and the discharges are mostly yellow matter. Its discharges are yellow and yellow or green or greenish yellow like this. There is a pain under the ear and sharp cutting pain. There is a tension, stitches and piercing below the mastoid bone process is very important. So we will see this type of characteristics of the Kali self. Nose, colds with yellow slimy expectorations, colds with yellow slimy expectoration, and the nose becomes obstructed. The smell lost, engorgement of the nasal and pharyngeal mucous membrane, mouth breathing, snoring, and remedy after adenoids. So in case of the cold problem, which is the cough cold problem with yellow discharges, slim expectoration, the nose becomes obstructed, smell lost, and engorgement of the nasal and pharyngeal mucous membrane. The mouth breathing is there, snoring is there, the remaining after the adenoids. Mouth breathing and snoring is there, remains after adenoids. Stomach, tongue coated, yellow and slimy, insipid, peppy taste, and the gum painfuls, burning thirst, nausea and vomiting is also important. So, stomach is burning and nausea and vomiting, indigestion with sensation of pressure as of a load of fullness at the pit of the stomach, and dread of the hot drinks is also there. So, Kali self patient cannot take the hot food, hot drinks, hot air. They prefer the cold area, open air like this. The abdomen is mostly colicky pain. Abdomen feels cold to touch. There is the tympanitis. Stains is there. Yellow is discharges. Slimming and slimy diarrhea is also there. The constipation with hemorrhoids are also present in case of the Kali self. If we see the male symptoms, the gonorrhea, that is the discharges are slimy, yellowish green, orchitis, and the glit is there. So, gonorrhea discharges, blood becomes yellowish, greenish, orchitis, and the glit. Female menses too late, menses are too late, scanty, with feeling of weight in abdomen is there. So, menses too late, slimy, scanty, with feeling of weight in abdomen, and there is the metrorrhagia is there. If we see the respiratory symptoms, the croupy hoarseness, then the croupy hoarseness, coarse rales, and there is the rattling of mucus in the chest is also there. So, if we find it, there is the bronchial asthma with yellow expectorations, cough worse in the evening and in hot atmosphere, whooping cough with yellow slimy expectorations are also there. So, rattling of mucus in the chest, bronchial asthma with yellow expectoration, cough worse in the evening in a hot atmosphere, whooping cough with yellow and slimy expectorations are there. Next number, if you see the extremities, where rheumatic pain in the back, nape of the neck, in the limbs, rheumatic pain in the nape of the neck and the limbs, periodical wash in the evening, periodical wash in the evening or in a warm room and better in cool atmosphere. Pains are shifting and wandering, pains are shifting and wandering. The skin, eczema is burning, itching, papular eruptions, there is a needle rash, psoriasis, polyp, epithelioma, seborrhea, ringworm of scalp or beard with abundant scales, sores on the skins with yellow watery secretion is also present. So, in case of the eczema, we'll find it, there must be some burning, itching, papular eruption, needle rash, psoriasis, polyp, epithelioma, seborrhea, means excessive sweating, and ringworm on scalp or beard with abundant scales, scores on the skin with yellow watery secretion, aggravation in the head and the room, aggravation, head symptoms is also aggravation from the room, a heated room. Amelioration in case of the cold open air, that is a very important symptoms of the kali salve. So, in general, it has some very peculiar sign symptoms. It is usually producing the very characteristic symptoms of skin disease as also some other streams also. Now, if we see in general the of kali salve, the discharges are also to some extent like that of the pulsatilla and so on. Even if we see the kali salve in case of kali salve, what we think in different ways. See, the elements accompanied by the profuse desquamation applicable to the larger stage of the inflammations. इसलिए बहुत सारी जगह देखते ये पास फॉर्मेशन होते हैं, इन्फ्लामेशन है, डिस्चार्जेस है, येलो है, mucus and cellular discharge, and profuse and intermittent has found much with auxiliary, we can think of the kali salve. Second number, head, rheumatic headache beginning in the evening, also there, and bald spot, dandruff and scales are there. The eustachian tubes are becomes blocked, hydrostates are also there, where there is a eustachian blocked, calamine blocked and yellow discharges. Nose cold with the yellow discharges and the nails and the smells becomes lost, engorgement of the pharyngeal mucous membrane and breathing is difficult and adenoids of the problem, and any problem remaining after adenoids is the kali salve. Stomach, tongue coated and inspired, slimy, papillate and painful, burning with the thirst with nausea and vomiting. There is the colic pain, abdomen feels too cold to touch, tympanitis is there, yellow slimy diarrhea, constipation with hemorrhoids, sulfur is there. Male gonorrhea, discharge slimy, yellowish green and orchitis, glit is there. Female menses too late, scanty with feeling of weight in abdomen is there. Respiratory, there is the rattling of the mucus in the chest, hoarse rattle, tartar emetic, post-grippy cough with yellow expectorations, croupy hoarseness, fever and spongia is there. Croupy hoarseness, fevers and spongia is there. Pain in the nape of the neck, back, worse in room, shifting, wandering pains are there. Fever, rise of temperature at night, intermittent fever with yellow and slimy tongue. So tongue is also very important in case of the Kali cough, which you will find it, that is difficulty. Skin, psoriasis, in case of the psoriasis, other medicine also, arsenic and thyroidinum is there. But in case of the thyroidinum, the patients are chilly, whereas in case of the arsenicum, the patients are chilly. In case of thyroidinum, already I have discussed the patient having some history of the allergy like this, or history of previous any history of chronic diseases, hereditary diseases are there, then you can think of that is the thyroidinum. Eczema, burning, itching, papular eruptions, nettle rash, polypi, exophthalmia, and ringworm of scalp or beard with abundant scales. Mortality is worse in the evening, heated room, better by the cold, open air. Comparison Kali self is the chromium, alumina chrome 3. There is the hay fever, chronic cold, sneezy of red, watery eyes, inclination or irritation to mucous membrane, pulsatilla, calivicum and the temple. What is the dose? The third potency to sixth potency is very important of this case. We can think of the Kali self. If we see the more details about the Kali self, then also we can think about this from other the discharges are mostly profuse and it affects the respiratory systems, membrane and skin and causes discolorations. Discharges profuse and deep yellow, thin or sticky discharges are there. Then the suppuration tendency is also there. Even there is a process of torpid in nature are also there. There is the stitching, tearing and fist tearing pain that shifts about. There is a lack of reaction are also there. Even there is the cancer of epithelial tissue is also there. Cancer of epithelial tissue. Ill effects of chill when overheated. Injury. Growth of nails interrupted. Growth of nails usually interrupted. That is very important symptoms of the drugs. If we see worse from the warm room and worse from warmth of air, the noise, the consolation and the evening. Better by the cool air, better by walking and the fasting. Mind that the hurried, very irritable, desire to lie down, but lying aggravation, so must work for relief. Desire to lie down, but lying aggravation, so one must work for relief. Frightened at trifles, desire and rejects the things, head yellow dandruff, moist, sticky, scald head, there is a bald spot are there. There is ophthalmia and purulent discharge from the eyes, also in Kali self. Okay, but the discharges are will be green and the yellowish. Nose, usually engorgement of the nose and the nasal mucous membrane with mouth breathing, snoring after removal of the adenoids. Face ache in heated room, epithelioma, mouth yellow slimy tongue, loss of taste or smell, stomach as if heavily within the stomach, and red of the hot drinks and crepe sweet is also there. Abdomen feels cold during cold and hard, tympanitic and whooping cough, empty feeling, epigastrium, emolition, passing clutters, urinary, auxiliary pylite is also there. The male usually gonorrhea, glut, silly, unish, green and discharge. Females menses with a feeling of weight in the abdomen, liguria, yellowish and watery. Respiration, coarse rattle in the chest, croupy hoarseness and bronchitis and asthma with easy expired yellow and slimy expectoration. Extremities stiffen, warding, pains, rheumatic aggravation and arthritic nodosities are there. Skin yellow jaundice, abundant desquamation, ulcers, ooze him, yellow watery, and psoriasis is there. Also, knitted rash, dry skin, eczema, intertrigo. There is the fever, profuse, easy sweat, intermittent fever, rise of temperature at night. This is to some extent basic character of the arsenic, kali, sulf is there. Okay, thank you. It is already completed.